greatest hits of all time. Gold Breakfast. This is Gold.
Brian Poole and the Tremolos and Do You Love Me? It is Gold. It's 8 minutes past 6 o'clock. You know what? If we were in America, we'd be whooping and giving each other high fives just for the fact we've made it to Friday.
I am whooping. Woo!
Yeah, Friday is here. By the way, I know I meant to ask. You know, we were banging on about the Euro Millions back end of last week, which was, 130 million? Has anyone claimed it?
Not that I know of, no. Has anybody heard differently?
No,
Text us on 0038. Yeah, we need to know.
We'd love to know what you're up to over the weekend. Why not drop us a note on Facebook as well? You can contact us via the web at mygoldmusic.com/breakfast. What are you up to, Erica?
I'm going to be going to one of my favourite spots in the world, Herne Bay in Kent, and I'm very much looking forward to it. What about you, Mr. Cannon?
A little bit of painting and decorating. I've started.
Ooh.
It's a more of a. I'm not just refreshing. It's, basically, I don't want to buy any new paint. I refuse to. But
You're using up the bits in the garage?
Well, no, we've been in the house 3 years now. And it basically is marks everywhere from the kids. And even Matthew took a Sharpie and started writing his name in
dear.
Yes, in a few places. So I've done his room and I've done Tom's this week already. But more to do over the weekend also. So.
Good. A busy weekend for you then.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued about this attraction of Herne Bay to you. It's only down the road from that very special adult shop you found on Margate High Street.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Their profits have done well though since you...
Stop it.
Maybe it's your mum popping down.
No, it's not.
6:09. Spencer Davis Group and Keep On Running on Friday morning. This is Gold, the greatest hits of all time. James and Erica with news this morning of a poor Australian woman who was woken in the middle of the night hearing somebody having a shower in her house. What? Can you imagine it? Thinking that she'd been burgled. It's a logical chain of thought, isn't it? There's somebody in the shower.
First thing a burglar does is go to the shower, obviously.
Anyhow, she called the police. Turned up, and it was actually a man who had actually entered the wrong house. Rather worse for wear, shall we say. He was a little bit tipsy, and he apologised very profusely, but his house was exactly the same as hers, just a couple of doors down.
You may laugh, but that kind of thing did actually happen to me once in a hotel. I was staying at the rather posh Grosvenor House on Park Lane in London for a big works do with a boyfriend that I was with at the time. And we checked into our room separately. And when I went up to the room later on, I'd left him downstairs because he was in the bar hitting the beers. And I walked in and I thought I'm going to have a bath. So I got all undressed, took my clothes off, went into the bathroom and started running it with lots of bubble bath. I looked at the shelf and I thought, gosh, my boyfriend is such a woman. Look at all these bottles of things he's got here on the shelf.
So you're stark naked in a hotel room.
In a hotel room.
About to get in the bath.
And I was thinking, it's just really not like him. And then I noticed some contact lens solution. And I thought,
Hang on.
Simon, where's contact lenses? And I know I don't. I went out, tried to find my case. It was the wrong hotel room. Someone else was staying there. I was in the hotel room right above it, on the next floor up. But my little plastic key had worked, so it wasn't my fault. So I had to really quickly get dressed as quick as I could whilst panicking that someone was going to walk in and find me naked with all my clothes on their bed. Ran as much of the bath out as I could, but there were still loads of bubbles left in the bottom and just went upstairs to my room. And I was thinking someone must have gone back to that room later and thought, why is my bath full of bubbles?
It's a worry, isn't it? Erica naked in a hotel room. There we go. It's like Cluedo, this, isn't it? With the lead pipe.
Thanks.
Right, okay. Greatest hits of all time continue. 9 minutes to 7 o'clock. Great song. Here's George McRae and Rocky Baby. Dave Clark 5 and bits and pieces on Gold. James and Erica. 6 minutes to 8 o'clock. The other week I mentioned about the dad who was very seriously got in trouble with his other half.
Shocking. That's disgusting behaviour for a father.
What did he do? He actually picked up the wrong child from kindergarten in America. It's happened again, Erica. A granddad in Sweden has managed to pick up the wrong child on Monday, prompting the school to review its procedure. Funny that, isn't it?
It's not big and it's not clever. How can a dad do that?
Well, apparently he went to pick up his 3-year-old granddaughter and just apparently got a little bit confused. Not as confused as you probably were after your missus clobbered you over there with a frying pan. It is Gold.
Gold Breakfast with James and Erica. This is Gold.